Okay, so my opinion is always changing and evolving, and I want to make some corrections to some of the stuff that I've said about tree structures. I used to think that Sasquatch was always building tree structures every day. It was like a main thing that they did. Everywhere they went, they left markers and put leans and stuff. Well, that's interesting. But I no longer think that. Look at this. That's so interesting. So this is an active spot. This is a really active spot that I'm in. And this is an excellent example of a structure. Please, Alfie. My gosh, he's so klutzy. So this is a good example of a structure. It may be collapsed, but lots of the structures that they build are not shelters. And I think that everyone's kind of stuck on this teepee or wigwam or shelter looking thing, and when 95+% of the stuff that they do have nothing to do with something that you'll actually ever get inside or anything. I think it seems what they do is they create, okay, first of all, how can I say this? I don't think they go around doing structures anymore. So my opinion is changed a lot on that. I think that most of the time they don't leave any trace whatsoever, and they prefer, rather than building something, to just use like natural blinds, natural stuff. But they'll screw around and they'll do this type of stuff for, I don't know why. You know, look at this. This is so tiny that this would barely be a dog house for one of my dogs. Ooh, look at this. Oh gosh, that's cool. Check that out. So I think that they do this. Check that out, that is so cool. That's just wedged. You can see where it was pulled down right there into place. So stuck it here, and then it went, pulled it into place, and then it's put a cross on it. That's so cool. There's almost a circle of rocks there. It's not a fire pit at all. There's nothing burned or charred. That's interesting. There's little digging spots around this tree. This, of course, is fascinating. Look at that. That's fascinating. But I think that they are they're really selective about where they put the structures. And most of the structures that I see will stay, 2 or more years in the same spot. And I used to think that they were constantly building structures just impulsively wherever they went, and then taking them down and then building them again. So that, my opinion has changed. I really think that they leave very, very little impact on their environment. And I would normally say that that's intentional, but maybe they're just extremely transient in the forest, meaning that they don't have a particular den or a home or somewhere where they will go to sleep repeatedly, like a home. So they aren't gonna spend a lot of time and energy building something permanent somewhere. I think that they just leave very little trace and build sparingly. But yes, they absolutely do build structures. I mean, there's a strong correlation, because often you'll find these structure type areas, and that's where you'll find the prints, and that's where you'll find like funky things like, bone piles or skulls decorating something, or whatever.